This is your daily briefing, and you're most welcome to it. All I can tell you is there's plenty of it, okay? So, that's where we are. Submitted bids FC. Tottenham Hotspur have offered €47 million to Manchester City for striker Gabriel Jesus. I want to get the deal finished as soon as possible. Matthew Law for the Telegraph tells us that Tottenham Hotspur have no plans to sign or re-sign Gareth Bale. You know my opinion on the Bale thing. I just don't see any positives whatsoever. And all of these let's get the band back together stories just don't do it for me at all. Fabrizio Romano, I think he's having a tough time of it of late. Tell me it ain't so. Alessandro Bastoni, he says that Spurs are exploring the possibility. Conte loves Bastoni. We knew all this. As of now, Inter is still waiting to see if there is an official proposal. Waiting to see how much Tottenham are willing to offer, not in advanced stages. Everybody's rowing back. There's been a bit of an impasse on that, let's be honest with ourselves. Gleason Bremer, more than complicated. Inter already have a verbal agreement in January. Everything is ready between the player and the club for Inter, but not between other clubs. Inter leading the race for Gleason Bremer more than Tottenham. I don't want to be unkind here, but I think there's a lot of don't know being expressed in... I think people are almost running out of ways to express that they don't really know. And I don't mean that in a nasty way, but you put yourself in this sort of position and, I'm a publisher. It's tough. Sometimes it's tough and there's no way around it. Jed Spence, for sure, Tottenham are on it, exploring the possibility, all this language, following a long time scouting along with Wilfried Singo. Forest are trying to keep the player. Wouldn't be surprised to see Emerson Royal moved. There will be a new right wing back signed. Is Jed Spence an upgrade on Emerson Royal? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other for me, I've got to tell you. Gabriel Jesus, contacts between the two clubs, nothing much so far. Arsenal leading the race due to the Brazilian connection with Edu Gaspar, Arsenal's director of football. Playing time will be crucial. Well, that's not going to happen then, because Harry Kane, the word no isn't in his vocab. Darwin Núñez, very difficult. Harry Kane, trusted as the number 9, we all know this, will be in talks to offer a new contract in the coming weeks. Sorry, mate, we've kind of covered all of this stuff. Yannick Carrasco, always been a favourite of Fabio Paratici's. Tried to sign him a few years ago at Juve. Struggling to see the links here. Could be perfect for Conte's system. Atletico have not received an official bid from Spurs. Player wanted to stay in January, but an easy negotiation between player and club. And that's I don't know. I just don't know. James Ward-Prowse, no big updates. Adama Trail, I'm not even bothering with that. John McGinn, Bissouma, nothing close. Conte, not easy for a new contract. We'll need to see real ambition. We'll have to see after the summer market. Similar position with Kane for new contract. I think the truth is in there somewhere. I think with Conte and Kane, they want to see what business is actually done. And I think also what's happened is we have all calmed down. It's been a couple of weeks since we were told that he was definitely staying. We were told that Conte was definitely being backed. And so far, we've got Fraser Forster and just a load of old toffee come through the signals, nothing concrete. And this worries me, this particular one worries me. Steven Bergwijn, we've got quotes from this lad, and he's broken the chain of command. He's gone public, and he just wants to get out. He says, I just want to go and play, just leave Spurs now. That's clear. Whether it's important that my new club plays in the Champions League, that is not even a top priority, although it would be nice. What is important is that I will play. He told ESPN, it's difficult for me. I play well at the national team, but then I recur to the club and people turn a blind eye to me. I need to find a solution so I could leave. And Bergwijn needs to be allowed to go. The Spurs need to refresh the group constantly. It's what successful big teams do. A few months ago, Fabrizio Romano tells us that AC Milan were interested, but Spurs apparently want 30 million euros, which is what they paid for him. But the boy hasn't played and his value's sunk. Player agreement won't be a problem. Ajax agreed to do one last January. I have my colleague admiring that part of the world this morning tells me that the Telegraph are running with the fact that the 20 million bid has come in from Ajax. Spurs need to cut their losses, and I know that's very easy for me to say, and I know that businesses can't just arbitrarily wipe tens of millions off the value of their portfolio. I understand that, but as I say to you, in respect of contracts and lots of other little bits and pieces to do with not just Spurs but with football generally, there aren't all the parallels with the real world don't come true, and Tottenham really need to get this kid off the premises, because I tell you, you get these guys. I think he's a nice lad. I think he's a decent boy, but you get somebody who doesn't want to be there hanging around the place. It just stinks the place out. Again, lots of this sort of masking language, which I think is coded language for I don't know, from Romano about Ndombele, Lo Celso and Brian Gill. Spurs will take their time before deciding on his future loan. Lots of La Liga clubs interested. Ndombele would be leaving. No clubs mentioned. That, you see, that came about 10 days ago, and we've heard nothing since. I'm tempted to just say that's a complete fabrication. I mean, how little appeal is there in a man who wants £250,000 a week or whatever he's on at Spurs, who just simply isn't even there or thereabouts. Lo Celso, no agreement on fees. This has been dragging on forever. Tottenham want 20 million euros. Villarreal want less. Emery desperate. Emery might be desperate, but Spurs, again, it's easy for me to sit here. We'll just get it done. But he's never going to play for Tottenham again. You need to take the opportunities when fortune favours you without your involvement. Hint, Mr. Levy. Lo Celso's managed to make himself playable and has attracted some interest. Just get it done. No good having him on the books. No good trying to palm him off with these weirdo loan deals. Harry Winks, good chance for a Premier League club move. Will take time in the coming days. Won't be something that happens soon. I just think there are some obvious paths to out of Tottenham for a number of these players, and yeah, I'm going to be one of those guys that just sits there frustrated and shouts "Get it done" at his camera, because I think it needs to be done. Bergwijn, we've covered that. Fabrizio on Twitter. Paris Saint-Germain are finally prepared to announce Maurizio Pochettino and Leonardo's departure. The top man there will be ready for final meetings in order to decide the new manager. Mourinho was linked with that job a couple of days ago. I think he'll stay at Roma. I don't know anything. I don't know more than you, but I think he'll stay at Roma. I think there's more to do there. And Daniel Longo, who's been pretty reliable on the covering of the Bastoni story as parallel parked as it has been for the last sort of 10 days. According to Corello Sport, there are movements beneath the Tottenham discussions, and it could be that they're looking to find a replacement for Bastoni. And there's a defender from Feyenoord who's on their radar, also popular with the aforementioned Roma. Inter Milan have made it clear to Alessandro Bastoni's representatives that they will only sell if they receive around 60 million. Spurs are currently interested and have initiated talks. I think my feeling is that Spurs have said there's no problem with the money, but I think they're getting their own house in order and want to make sure that they're not then wandering around with this bucket of money trying to find a replacement for the lad. I think he's great. I think he'd slip right into Conte's system, and I think he would be a tremendous addition to Tottenham. Alistair Gold, Spurs, Dortmund, Roma, Newcastle, Brentford and Forest all waiting to pay the fee Middlesbrough want. and Tottenham are amongst the front runners. This, of course, is our Jed Spence character, and now it's just pretty much a case of Spence making his decision. I'm not down on the kid. But I've been through his numbers. That's all I can tell you. I've been through his numbers, and I don't see anything magical or remarkable there. And Alistair Gold finishes with this: Pape, Mata, Sarr, and the Spurs players to benefit most from Conte's pre-season. Yeah, I bet that's a gripping read. Don't forget, Sarr was relegated with Metz from Ligue 1 in France. So I don't think there's anything going to happen to him in any pre-season with any club in the world, which is going to be a pivotal moment for him or for Tottenham. That's it for now. As I say, it's plenty of it, but there's very little to cling on to. Good luck. Keep it Tottenham.